legs. So third clip, it's for the strength in the legs and the bottom. We're going to do squats, wide squats, pelvic hitch, and hip hinge, one of my favourites. So we'll start with squatting. Now I'm sitting in a chair because I want to draw a sort of similarity and yet difference between squatting and sit to stand in a chair, which is a modified. So if you're in a chair, off you go with sit to stand, okay? If you're feeling more adventurous, you can get rid of the chair and just do your squat. Okay, so they're kind of variations on a theme. Keep going. We want to do 20 or so if possible. So a couple of really important teaching points. Keep your eyes slightly forward, or to put it another way, don't look down, because it will encourage your spine to round. We want to work in this joint, the hips, slice through the hips and the knees and the ankle. We want to move the spine in space. We do not want to change its shape. The arms always get in the way a little bit, so I would suggest cross your heart arms, or possibly arms to the floor and back. Okay? 6, 5, I'm going to turn and face the camera. 4, 3, when you come back, stand into the floor to give you lift. 2, it's such a good exercise, it's kind of brilliant for everything really. And 1. You might need a little rest, or you might be ready to go straight to wide squats. So it's basically the same thing, but the wide stance. Why? Because you get the outer fibres of the muscles in the bottom and the legs working more. So if you only do 1 set, maybe do the basic squats, but 2 is good. Here we go, 20. 19. So as I say, eyes forward, dropping back and down. 18. Breath flowing. 17. Try to keep your knees aligned with your feet. 16. You might be in the chair, that's completely fine. 15. 14. 13. In wide squats. My chair squeaking, so I'm going to move back to the floor. 11. You're going to feel that as an inner thigh stretch maybe. 10. 9. 8. 7. I'm suggesting quite a lot, aren't I? 7. You might start with fewer. 6. Is my counting gone to pot? 5. It's not my strong suit. 4. 3. 2. I'm just checking that my back is staying aligned and aligned. And 1. Okay, hip hitch. Hip hitch is brilliant for the outer buttock muscles. Have a wall or a chair, something to support your balance. So I've got my right hand on the wall. So I'm standing aligned to start off with, and then it's almost as if my right foot goes into the floor and the left hitches up. I'm just going to turn round so that you can see me from that position. It's a really subtle little number, but very good for working these muscles. Mostly you'll feel the standing foot. So that's about 5 more. So no knee bending, 4, no leg out in front, 3, no leg out to the side, 2, just up and down, and 1. Change sides. It's harder than it looks and more tiring than it looks. 10. When you get more advanced, you can put your floor foot on a brick or a stair or something. 9. 8. Again, checking my spine alignment. 7. Not happening in the upper body. 6, but the breath flowing. 5. 4. 3. 2, and 1. Final exercise, hip hinge. Now hip hinges are brilliant because they work the bottom and the legs without the knees getting as involved as they do when you squat. So that's useful because it's a different kind of strength, but useful if you aren't great with knees and you need something that doesn't involve bending the knee. So it's technically demanding, but it's so valuable, I wanted to put this into the clip. So you are going to slice at this joint, the hips. So you're folding in half here and the upper body is coming forwards. If you're new to hip hinging, I would maybe just call it a day at that range. Think of yourself as a supercilious waiter. Like squatting, don't lead with the head because you will curve your spine. So this is a form of alignment and movement practice as well as strength. It's a good thing if you've got osteoporosis to have this in your repertoire of movements because it doesn't bend the spine. You're moving from the legs and your bottom and not moving from the spine. So that's hip hinge. So these buttock bones are reaching back and your body's forward. Put your hands and slide them down your thighs for more support. It can feel a bit horrid and stretchy in the backs of your legs. If that's you, slightly bend the knees, but you're there. That will mean you won't feel a stretch as much, but you're still only bending at the hip, even though you've softened the knees. And just to tack on the end, a split hinge. So this will work more into the front leg, so you're getting more strength here. This is my right leg, so I'm mostly in my right leg with the left leg sort of just joining in to support me like a tripod. Okay, so I'm going to suggest, if you're still hinging with me, 4, slightly bend the knees maybe, breath flowing, eyes slightly forward, 3, 2. There's loads of add-ons to hinges, so this is the basic kind of model. And let's do the other side. So the important thing here is that we're moving at this joint and we're not rounding the back. The lower you go, the more likely you are to round the back. So this is why I'm just doing this relatively small range of movement, 4 more. You can go lower, but there is the possibility of you rounding your back. So this 3 is safer. Safer still, support with your hands in front of you. But obviously you can have your hands here. This is our last one, last hinge, and that is it for leg strength. Hi there. I do hope you found this clip useful. We've got plenty more on the site, and for now I've suggested another one for you to watch. If you want to know more about what we do in Leeds, then do visit the website at Pilates-Leeds.com, and right now you can subscribe to the YouTube channel and we can do this all again next month. Cheerio!